In other games in week 1, we had two teams that went head to head, toe to toe, and fireworks flew, as this was the highest scoring game of the week, as both of these teams combined for a total of 268 points. And it was the Brahma Bull goring the Postman by the score of 136 to 132. This was a close one. This game had more scoring than an after party of a high school prom, as these two high-powered offenses came alive. The Bull was led by the running backs, with Turner having 46 and Forte adding another 33, and Deshaun Jackson contributing with 21. All this scoring, and Palmer only had 3. You believe that? The Postman couldn't deliver on Sunday once again, as his team was led by Burris with 28, and a couple of quarters from Roethlisberger and Barber. Both had 25. But you know what? There was a couple of 30-pointers left on the bench, as Favre and the Titans D were left there wondering. The Bull could celebrate by having a week full of being a well-paid stud. Celebration is in store for UPS, as he was the one teaching the professor a lesson, as he took the win by the score of 132 to 92. When UPS set out his package of players, they delivered on time and accurately, as this formula was impossible for the professor to figure out, as he failed the first test of the season. UPS was led by Reggie Bush, and as Bush time come, he had 41 points and Randy Moss had another 31. The Ravens D stacked up with another 18. The professor's downfall was the strategy of hitting it big on a couple of teams, starting 2 running backs from one team and 2 wide receivers from another. That's not a winning strategy. The professor might want to rethink his syllabus and hold a faculty meeting to get everyone on the same page. The professor was led by Romo's 28 and Cotchery's 23, with the Packers D adding another 16. In other action, the Baldwin got an opening week victory over the strong arm of the law, as the mischievous one planned the perfect getaway and he stole the win by the score of 138 to 84. Pelon and victory usually don't go together in one sentence. However, through the draft or luck, whichever it may be, Pelon has put together a solid team, as Gordon Peterson gave him 30 and 23. He also has Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Lee Evans, and Steve Smith waiting to come back. There could be a playoff spot in Pelon's future. The Fuzz's team was led by Peyton and the Edge, who had 18 and 15, and his receivers Creighton and Fitz had 14 and 12. The strong arm of the law will issue an APB on a victory and have his force on the case. Speaking of a force, we have seen the power of hurricanes, the strength of tornadoes, the fierce tsunamis, and now the Korean with a stacked team? This is one for the headlines, but could this just be a one-hit wonder? We'll know as the season unfolds, but there's no denying the first week performance of the Korean went over 100, went over 150, ended up with 169 points, leading the league in points for the first week, as he beat Mercenary Mike by a whopping 95 points by a final score of 169 to 74. The Korean was led by Mickety McNabb and his 47 points, Andre Johnson with 26, T.O. with 22, and his running backs Lynch and K. Smith pitching in 20 and 17. This one was over even before it began, much like Mike's season, as he loses Tom Brady for the year. And when your D leads you in scoring, you have some revamping to do. Is there a shift of power in this league? As the Bald One and UPS look strong, while the Mercenary and the Silverback are struggling. The Korean finally with a stacked team, or could this just lead to a late year demise? Keep tuning into the league, as we have double game of the weeks next week, as the Veras take on the Garcias, as the Korean faces the Gator, and the Brahma Bull will be facing Axe. Until next week, this is the Axel Jedi Editor.